Well, greetings, Mac enjoyers, and for this year's edition of the Mac Yak PowerPC Challenge, or just the PowerPC Challenge for short, I have decided to take a different approach. You see this computer right there? Yeah, I actually plan on restoring that computer to its factory original condition. But it has a bunch of upgrades, so where are all the upgrades going to go in? This computer right here, which is basically an empty shell. So the goal here is to try to get all the upgrades into this computer. Yeah, and it should be easy considering how easy it is to open the doors on these things. You see, you just do it like that. Come on. Sometimes it takes a bit of effort just to get there. Yeah, it's a two-handed job there. Yeah, so all of those upgrades are going to go into this computer. So we're gonna try to pull this one off. Let's go. First things first. Gotta get the Mac G3 B&W ready. So I'm gonna lay it on its side, just be careful. Because if I try to do it too hard, the acrylic plastic will, well, it will crack. I don't want plastic on my Macs to be cracked. Here we go. Open up the freaking thing. There. And it's ready. Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades here. Okay, let's see. There is RAM slots. Like, all four of the RAM slots are occupied, so take each one out. You have to be careful there. Because I do believe that if you're too careful with the RAM slots here, then you're pretty much screwed. Okay. Gonna try to have them up, open all the way. Okay, it's a whole slew of upgrades here. Here we go. Ah, there. One. And that's two. Get out. That's 3 and 4. Okay. I believe there's also a processor card there. Okay. See what type of processor card it is. It's a good thing we did bring the screwdriver. Yeah. Or I brought the screwdriver. Okay, so unscrew. Oh, shoot. Unscrew that. Yeah, unscrew that one first. Shoot. Get rid of the screw. Ethernet card. Read that, it's in there. Okay, I just want to see what kind of Ethernet card it is. Yeah, so don't unscrew the Ethernet card. Yeah, I don't want to unscrew the Ethernet card. I want to get those cards out of there. Alrighty, so yeah, I don't need to take out the video cards, just need to take out the processor. Alright, let's take out the heatsink first. Yeah, I'm using a butter knife because I don't have the iFixit toolkits yet. Should get some though. Yeah, trying to take out the heatsink is harder than it looks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not worrying about a warranty right now because this computer is already out of warranty as it is. Okay. Let's try to take out the heatsink. Yeah, there's a screw there. Of course, there's a screw there. Now, don't you wish I had some of those iFixit toolkits? I should get some. Yeah, let's unscrew that. Now I gotta get rid of the heatsink. There's another screw there I have to be wary of. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Must be the yeah, just like that. Yeah, and there is the processor. Yeah, it's this socket, by the way. Yeah, it's 7400. So yeah, it has its original processor swapped. Now, gotta get all these components into the other bad boy. So yeah, this computer is not needed anymore. There. Let's go. Oh, I almost forgot. Hard drive. Yeah. Computer can't run without a hard drive. Gotta disconnect the hard drive. Okay, itself, which is a lot easier said than done. Okay, there's the hard drive cable. Be careful. Ow. Yeah. The other cable. Gotta get that hard drive out of here into the other computer. Just kept it on the floor. Now we have to unhook the other one. Here we go. It's time to get all of the parts inside the computer. Alrighty, first by starting out by this. There's one problem with the processor. Yeah, I don't think it uses the same ZIF socket. I'm pretty sure the RAM is identical on both computers. Go. Yeah, let's make sure. Line this up. That one's supposed to go in the very end. Get in there. Okay, go. Goes there. One man's trash. There's another man's treasure. Yeah, there's the mounting point for the hard drive, I mean. There it is. Now I gotta screw on the hard drive. Well, make sure it's screwed on in place. Good thing I kept the screws. Alrighty, here we go. I got all the components inside and ready to test it to see if my tinkering skills have paid off. Yeah, gotta hook up the mouse and the keyboard, which is really easy to do because USB. Yeah, this was a very early computer that used USB, by the way. Okay, so there we go. Now let's turn it on and see what happens. Yeah, put all the RAM sticks inside this one Power Mac. Whoops. The camera's battery just ran out of juice. Again. Yeah. I don't have a spare battery for it either, so I have to take what I can get. Yeah. Disk drive still works after all these years. Amazing, isn't it? So yeah, now I got two Power Mac G4s with hard drives in them. Here we go. Gotta get macOS 10.4 installed on this thing. Let's start the installation. Alrighty, here's what I did. I turned on internet sharing on the G4. Hopefully that'll solve the issue. Let's see. No, doesn't do anything. Okay. What a silly goose. I don't have internet sharing turned on. Yeah, so I'll click start. select Ethernet. Sorry, Safari can't open the page. Yeah. Let's go on Google. Alright, this is part of the tinkering hobby. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Doesn't show us secure certificate. Fingers crossed. Yes! It's on the internet! It's on the internet! It's sharing the freaking connection through a MacBook Pro, yeah, a computer from 1999 that is literally older than Connor Zillich is connecting through modern internet. Amazing. Now let's see if there's any software updates. Yeah, it's worth it to tinker around with this thing. Like I said, I had to gut out some of the components for my G3 blue and white into this thing. Alrighty, so we'll go to software update. Checking for new software. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with an old PowerPC Mac. Yeah, it's as reliable as it can get. And it's also going to get a cool sticker when I get it in the mail. Yeah, knock on wood. Yeah, it might be a bit slow with the internet, but it's a 450 megahertz computer. Yeah, it's less powerful than a mobile phone. So, don't expect much. Look at there. Finally got it to connect to the internet. Yeah, I connected many devices for that 2012 MacBook Pro. Install 3 items. Now we have to get the password, don't we? Be right back. So yeah, the Power Mac G4 that I was intending on using broke down. Well, its hard drive stopped working when I brought it up, and, well, I didn't want to spend any more money than I wanted to, so I decided not to get an SD card adapter for it, and instead brought up another one of my computers, the Power Mac G5. Thankfully, this one is an air-cooled model, not one of the finicky water-cooled models. Let's test it out. Yeah, it boots up. Though I still have to get on the internet with it. I'm gonna do that with internet sharing. So yeah. Kinda sucks I put all this effort into the Power Mac G4 only for its hard drive to break down and give up. Man. Things aren't looking good in the Man vs. PowerPC challenge. Alright, it works. Yeah, I still bought a sticker for it. But this is the computer that's going to be used. Yeah, let's connect it to the internet. I'm gonna get up and get the MBP logged in, and I'll be ready to go. And yeah, I also brought up a PowerBook G4 12-inch as a backup. Just in case the power comes out, or if I decide not to overheat this computer beyond the point of no return. Say I'm gonna go on Safari. Yeah, yada yada yada. Can't establish a secure connection. So we're gonna have to set the clock. Though the internet still works. I actually did try out internet sharing with this computer and it worked before. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to set the clock. Apparently, the internet is affected by the date and time. You have to set it correctly or else, well, it freaks out. Alrighty. And save. Yeah, it has one of those clanky hard drives. Okay. Let's turn on internet sharing through Ethernet. See if that'll work. Yeah, it's already enabled. Oh, looks like I don't have interweb. Yeah, it works. Let's download Interweb PPC. Since that's the internet browser that I should be using. Yeah, so the PowerBook G4 will be on standby. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're going to have to install it by using a flash drive. So let's go! Here we go. Yeah, I had to do a PRAM reset, but I got there. I got Interweb PPC installed on the PowerMac G5. Now, let's see if it'll go on Google with this more... Whoops. I thought I ejected it. Yeah, if it'll go on Interweb PPC instead of the outdated Safari browser. Alrighty, here we go. Use Interweb PPC as my main browser. Yeah, this is meant for the G5, by the way. Alrighty. Here we go. Let's look up the computer that we're using. And yes, it actually works seamlessly on the internet. Alrighty, so we're gonna install the cookies that allow it to run better on the modern web. Oops. Yeah, there is a lot of versions of that browser. Here we go. Alrighty, so we're going to download all these. Yeah, it's just an image, but we're going to download all these plugins so that it would speed up social media. Here we go. Yeah, I got nearly everything ready. Yeah, I got Firefox Pep installed, but I wasn't able to log into my Discord account, although I do have Discord Lite. I just wasn't able to log into my Discord account because of reCAPTCHA being implemented into newer Discord versions, although I'm sure DOS Dude will find a fix for it eventually. And I wasn't able to log into 10.5tube. Because, of course, YouTube is kind of slow on this thing, despite the fact that it has 2 gigahertz. Yeah, it's a 2 gigahertz machine. Yeah. That is despite the fact that this high-end machine has just as much processing power as a lot of laptops nowadays, including gaming-oriented laptops. Well, at least the lower-end ones. But still, even though it has 2 gigahertz, it's still hampered by 2000's internet. But I did get Final Cut Studio installed on there. Yeah, I just so happened to get a box of Final Cut Studio at Valley Village, and that was useful. It was a backup plan just in case if Final Cut Express failed. Yeah, everything's there. So yeah, that's it for my preparations. Tune in tomorrow where we'll finally get to use this computer in action. Catch you guys next time, and peace out.